All right, welcome everyone to our Team Plant Strong Monday night call. I'm super excited tonight to be sharing with you guys how we can use events to help us reach our goals. If you have been in the business for a long time, you've probably used a variety of different types of events to help you get customers and get teammates. But if you're new, and there's a lot of new folks that have been joining our team, you may not be just aware of how we use events and what we do, and the different ways that you can do events to grow your business. And so tonight we're going to touch on 4 types of events that we use to grow our business, and we're going to just talk through some best practices on those. I'm going to turn this off. Okay. Sorry, had the notifications going. Okay, so over the course of my 9 years with Juice Plus, I've done lots of different events. And the 4 basic categories that I'm gonna say that the events kind of fall into are: number 1, in-home or small public gatherings. These are things like mason jar parties, wine and wellness, Well Wednesday events, team dinner, dream team dinners, things like that. The second is public or corporate hosted type events. So bigger events where maybe there's a doctor or a wellness professional or a medical professional coming in and speaking. Co-op hosted things. So some bigger cities have co-ops of Juice Plus reps who get together and host bigger events. Regionals, boot camps, and of course Juice Plus Conference, which is our JP Live. Those are all going to fall into the public category of events that we have. The third is online events, which are Facebook, Zoom type events, and we're going to walk through some examples of those, but we've all probably seen or been invited to Facebook events. And then Zoom, we have some great opportunities for Zoom events over the next 90 days that we're going to talk about in a minute. But some of the Freedom launch calls that we've been doing are on Zoom, and it's just a great way to get face-to-face with people and help them, if you can't be in person, help them to see your face and build that trust and rapport. Oh, great. Thanks, Shauna. Okay, so the fourth way that we have events is a 3-way event. So this can be a 3-way call, a 3-way Zoom, a three people getting together for coffee or lunch. Those are events. A lot of times people think events have to be really big, but the reality is when you get your prospect in front of you and someone else that can help be a third-party validation, that is an event. So doing a 3-way call with your upline and a prospect is an event. Getting your prospect to come to lunch with you and your Juice Plus friend or sideline is an event. And so I just wanted to kind of show you guys there's multiple different ways that we can do events to build our business. The first kind of success tip is to try them all. You don't know what works for you until you try them. And a lot of people have preferences going into it, like they don't want to have in-home, they only want to do online or vice versa. But I just encourage you guys to try it. You never know what's going to resonate with your community and the people around you. And obviously, probably is going to be some combination of different types of events that's going to be the best fit to grow your business, because local in-home events are not going to work for people who live somewhere else. And some, online events are great for reaching people that are not in your daily routine, people that you don't see on a regular basis or that are too busy to maybe come to an event. The second tip is find what works and find the types of events that you love and enjoy after you've tried them all, and get good at them. So practice makes perfect. We want you guys to get good at them. And a couple ideas to help you do that. Number 1 is have your sponsor do an event for you to give you an example of how to do them. I just went to Oklahoma City yesterday and did an event for some of my new reps that are there. They had never had an in-home event. And so I drove there and did an event for them. We did mason jars and healthy habits and I did it not only to help them get some orders, but also to teach them how we do these events, and so they could do them also. If you don't have a sponsor in your area, find a sideline buddy who can do an event for you, or that you can participate in their event. So find someone that in your area that also does Juice Plus and coordinate with them, and maybe you can attend their event and watch, or you can invite into an event that they are hosting so you can learn. The third way to get good at events is watch trainings on events. Just a couple months ago, Jenny Cahotas on our team did a great training on healthy habits and mason jar meal prep events, and she went really into detail on how to host a mason jar event, what verbiage to use, how to invite, how to follow up, how to have the call to action. And that's a really great training that you guys can access to learn how to do an in-home event. And there's trainings on different types of events. We have social media trainings, and I'm going to show you guys where some more resources are. So the fourth way is reviewing our team documents and resources about hosting events. And so I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to show you guys our plantstronglife.org, where we have, where we have all of the event resources ready for you guys. So, oops. So plantstronglife.org is our team website, and on the team website there's all these great things, but under members only there's a lot of resources for you guys. This is meant to be a one-stop shop for helping you guys grow your business. And so if you go down to event resources, oh, not gonna let me click on it because so you go to event resources, click on it. So let me stop sharing and get, oh, here it is. Okay. And below, and it'll ask for the password, and the password is Go Plant Strong, all lowercase, one word. And below, if you scroll down, you're gonna see order forms, you're gonna see scripts for calls or Zoom calls. So this is a script that tells you how to do a launch call with the Own Your Life script. This is the Freedom Revolution Zoom launch script and invitation. We have instructions for how to do smoothie parties, instructions on how to do mason jar salad parties, in-home events, different types of events, Own Your Life, Own Your Health, spa night. There's documents that tell you step by step exactly what to do. We have mason jar soup recipes if you want to do something like that when it's colder. Some great trainings on, smoothie prep party where you put together baggies of smoothie ingredients. The shred preview party, a document on how to host a shred preview, and then just a bunch of other things that are helpful for hosting events. So this is a gold mine when it comes to just learning about events and learning how to do them. So that's going to be kind of your one-stop shop for downloading event resources and learning. If you don't have someone local or someone close by, you can get on Zoom or on FaceTime, and your mentor can walk you through exactly how to do an event. And even if you don't have a sponsor local, something we've done as well is you host the party in your house and you have Zoom up on your computer, and at the end you bring in your sponsor or someone on your team to come on and share their story and share, answer questions, someone that may be more seasoned than you. And so that's a great way for, even if you don't have someone local, to get some third-party validation by having them Zoom in and be a part of the party virtually. So one of the big questions or fears, I think, when people are wanting to host events is, what if nobody shows up? What if I get there and I do all this work and nobody's there? Well, let me tell you, I've been doing this 9 years. It happens. I've had events, Casey's had events where literally no one shows up, or one person shows up, or you have 10 people scheduled and they back out at the last minute. Maybe their kids are sick. Maybe they had to work late or whatever. I mean, that's just natural. People are busy. Our society is very busy. And it's not that they don't want to come. It's just that for some reason they're unable to. So when this happens, just don't get discouraged. Just know that we want you to continue hosting events. Next time it'll be better. It's a good idea to always play around with for in-home events, different days and different times, because you might just find that your community can't do Monday nights and you need to do a weekend, or maybe you stay at home and maybe during the day, during nap time or before nap time is a good time for moms to come over and do an event. So you've got to figure out what works for you. So sometimes it's trial and error, and you're going to have times where you have low attendance or nobody shows up, but it's not a failure. You are doing the work, you're committing, and if you continue to do it, it's going to catch on and people are going to be participating. And I always say if 1 or 2 people come, those are the people that God had to come. You know, they're the people that you're supposed to make an impact in their life for that day, and they're there for a reason. And so it's not a failure if 1 or 2 people come and you were hoping for 10 or 15, because that's 1 or 2 people that you've been able to share with and impact that you wouldn't have had the opportunity if you didn't have the event. So I just wanted to keep that in mind. Some strategies if you have low attendance or you have people that say they can't make it, but they would love to, you can, number 1, you can ask if they would like to be invited to future events. We always want to keep the conversation going. Even if someone says, no, I can't come, you say, no problem. Is this something that interests you? Are you on a health journey? Would you like to be on my invite list for next time? And so you want to keep that conversation going, not just let it stop. Not just let it stop because they said no. The second thing you can do is you can follow back with them and say, hey, you know, we missed you at the event. It was so much fun. Would you want me to share with you some of the recipes and some of the information that we shared? Everyone loved it, and I think it'd be right up your alley. And so if they say yes, then you can use that as an opportunity to still bring the conversation further, even though they didn't attend the event. You can send them a recipe for the smoothie you made or for the mason jar salad, or you can send them a video to check out Juice Plus, depending on who they are and the situation they are in. Might be a children's health study, it might be about the shred, and that's just an opportunity for you to go on and share more information. The next tip about events and using them to build your business is your team will do what you do. So if you're doing events, your team is going to do events. If you're not, your team's not. And this is something I've learned over the years is, you know, we need to practice what we preach. We need to be the ones doing events and hosting them and leading by example, because if they see that we're doing them and we're having fun and we're, you know, making progress on our goals by hosting these different types of events, then they're going to be more motivated and excited to do the same. So I'm going to stop here and I'm going to go through some examples on different types of events and plug you guys into a couple things that are happening this week that you guys can invite to. So I'm going to share my screen again. See here. Okay, so as you guys know, we have the 90-day game plan happening. It started last week, and this is an amazing event that happens every week that you don't have to do anything except invite people. These events are so powerful because not only are they getting to hear about Juice Plus, the product and the business, they're getting to hear from 3 people or more sometimes who have a positive story to tell about their Juice Plus experience. And we know that third-party validation is so important. The other part that's really powerful is each of these nights that they have the Freedom Revolution calls that you can participate in, it's always a variety of speakers. It's going to be different people with different backgrounds. And what I love doing is using the flyer and using the information about who's speaking to jog my memory on someone to invite. And so on this event, this is happening tomorrow night. The one tonight already happened, but you know, there's a fitness professional, there's a teacher or photographer, there's an athlete or nutrition consultant. So if I have friends who are teachers who are off for the summer, I may go and say, hey, I know you guys, I know you're off for the summer. I've been thinking that I've been thinking about you. I'd love to hear, if you're open to something, to getting your family healthy before the school year starts or boosting y'all's immune system. Also, if you're interested in building some extra income before the school year starts, we have this great call. And then I would plug her in and say that my friend Bailey, who's a teacher, is going to be sharing about her experience getting her family on Juice Plus and what it's done for them. I'd love for you to get on and check it out. And so you could send this to her and she could join on the call. The important thing to know about these calls is they need to make sure that they know how to use Zoom, because not everyone has the Zoom app. So you need to make sure they know how to use Zoom, that they either download it or do it from their computer, and make sure that you remind them right before the call. So even if someone says yes on Sunday that they're going to join on Wednesday, you need to remind them Tuesday, or usually I like to do it Wednesday, the day of. Say, hey, I'm so excited for you to be on the call tonight. Are you still able to join? And then sometimes even like 5 minutes before it starts, I say, hey, I'm hopping on the call. Are you on? And just giving them those reminders, because we all get busy. Maybe, something crazy happens at their house and they forget. And so if you're there in their ear reminding them, you're going to have a better success. So this is Tuesday night. Wednesday, Wednesday, we have another one, and they're all at 8 o'clock Central Time. This one has Brandy Foss, who's an RN, a pharmaceutical saleswoman, and then a physical therapist happening on Wednesday. And then Thursday, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, it's all at 8 p.m. Central Time. Thursday, they do a day calls for people who want to get on a call during the middle of the day, maybe stay-at-home moms, or people who have flexible schedules. So you're having an entrepreneur, a landscape designer, a mom, Olympic skier, all these different types of backgrounds are going to be on the calls this week. So we really encourage you guys to plug in. If you can plug in and get 2 to 3 people on calls each week on these freedom calls, your business is going to not only grow, but it's going to multiply. The next event that's happening this week is Thursday night. Thursday night, I am hosting with another mom a Zoom call on navigating motherhood. And we're going to be talking about just the challenges of being, staying healthy while you're a mom. And we're going to be talking about the things that we do to stay healthy and to keep our family healthy. Let's see. Sorry, guys. I had it pulled up, but it kept dinging. If it doesn't pull up, you guys can check it out. I'll just have you guys check it out. I posted it today on our Zoom, or on our Voxer chat, and then I'm going to post it in the Plant Strong chat tonight. And Stephanie, the girl who I'm hosting it with, she's going to be making a little flyer on how to help people get on Zoom, with a Zoom line number that we're going to be using. So that will be posted as well. But that's something Thursday night that you can invite moms that you know, and it's mostly going to be product focused. So can you guys see this Healthy Habits page on Facebook? Yep, okay. So another way we use online events is using them to invite people to in-home events. And so this is the one we did Sunday. I put together a Facebook invite just to keep track of who was going to come, but I used Facebook to invite people to an in-home event. And so we have all the people that are invited. We talked about, we're doing a healthy meal prep event. We're making salads and talking about simple changes. And I told him we'd be sampling smoothies and fruit and veggie gummies. I told him what to bring. And then at the end, I said, this event is brought to you by the Healthy Living Revolution and the Juice Plus Company. So we want people to know why we're hosting them, who we are that's hosting them. But this is another way that you can use social media to invite people to a in-home event. The next one, this is an event called Healthy Eats and Summer Treats, Raising Healthy Families. This is an online only event where you can invite anyone virtually to come and check it out. And this event is just about sharing Juice Plus with families and about helping them with tips and recipes to get their family healthy, but also sharing Juice Plus, sharing our stories, sharing the Children's Health Study. And it's a great way to get more information into families who are looking to obviously get their families healthy, to take care of them, to have that peace of mind. And this is a script that I have that worked really well, and I'm happy to send it to anyone who wants it. And I actually can post it in the Team Plant Strong files. But this is something that you can do. And we do things like this all year long. So obviously this is a summer focus. You know, there's going to be back to school events that you can do, and fall events that you can do, and, you know, holiday events that you can do to get people interested in learning about healthy ways to take care of their family. Then another type of event that we do is our Shred program. Our Shred program has a preview event, which is a great way to bring people in to learn more, not only about Juice Plus, but about our 10-day detox. And this is really important because this is such a great way to get someone an awesome experience in Juice Plus really quickly by helping them do the Shred 10. And so these preview events we've been doing monthly, and we've been having people share all kinds of stories and testimonials on their Shred journey. And it's just a really cool way for them to get educated on Juice Plus and get educated on this program, because there's some people who see more value in purchasing product if they have a program to go along with it, because their goals require having something additional than just products. And so that's an event that you can participate in to help grow your business on a monthly basis. And let's see if there's anything else. And that is that. So I'm gonna stop my screen share. And we went over a lot of different types of events, but I'd love just to hear from any of you guys if you have an event that you've done recently that you feel has worked really well, that you feel like has gotten a lot of interest, or maybe a different topic of event, or maybe just share what your favorite type of event is that you've done over the last few days, months, years that you've been in the business.
We like to do the wine and wellness and the salad ones.
On your wine and wellness, do you do meal prep, or you do it, but you just do wine and wellness and have treats and talk about staying healthy with Juice Plus?
I'll show a quick video, a short video. What we've been doing is the new one that they brought out at conference was the Jumpstart. I think it's like 5 minutes or something like that. And then we open up conversations and have wine and treats. And it's a great conversation.
Yeah, and a good girls' night too.
Yeah.
Awesome. Who else?
I've done for new teammates. I mean, I think the calls work really well, but I've also done the Facebook. There's like a 3-day Facebook event, which I've kind of tried to shorten it down to 2 days because I think 3 days gets a little long. But that's been a really successful way of getting people their HLP. For someone that's just getting started. So. Yeah,
I agree. And it's, you know, with any type of event, you know, like an in-home, you have to try to figure out the right day or the right time that works best for most people. But with a Facebook event, you try to figure out, you know, is it better to do it over one day, just like spread them out throughout the day, or is it better to do 2 days? Or, you know, in the past, we've done 30-minute events where people just come and focus for 30 minutes and they just get back to back to back posts. And so it really is a little bit of trial and error. But the other key that I will say, and I should have put it in here, I just thought of, is the number one thing most people do wrong when they host events is they don't invite well. They just create a Facebook event and click, you know, add all these people. They add hundreds of people. And that's not the way to do it. That's not the way to make someone feel treasured and special and that you care about them. We want people to know that we care specifically about them and we want to better their health. And so it's very important that when you do online or in-person events that you send private messages or text messages or call people and tell them, hey, Susie, I wanted to share, I wanted to invite you to this healthy living event. We haven't caught up in a long time. Why don't you come over and we're going to have wine and we're going to talk about wellness? Or, hey, I'd love to, I know you're a mom who's really focused on, making sure her kids get the best nutrition. I think, I'm having a healthy living event to share more tips on what we do as a family. I'd love for you to come check it out. And so you're sending them a direct message. And if you're doing a Facebook message, it's really great to add them first and then type the message and include the link to the Facebook event. So in their messenger, they can just click join from there. So that way they don't have to go through their notifications and try to find the event that you invited them to. But personal inviting is the number one way to get people to say yes, to get a response. And then personal follow-up is going to make sure that they actually show up and that they come and that they participate. Because when you invite hundreds of people, people just kind of glaze over. I know I do. I get invited to parties and events all the time, and I don't go when there's like 100 or 500 people. And honestly, Juice Plus, we're the only company that I've really ever had anyone personally invite me to the events and the groups that they're hosting. And I think that really sets us apart and makes people feel cherished and makes them feel like it's worth giving us their time, because that's their valuable time with us. And so we can at least have the courage and the decency to go out and private message them and do the legwork to make that happen. Because if you're going to host a party, it's worth the due diligence to actually go the next step and make sure that you're inviting as well. And the good thing about only inviting a handful, like 20 to 30 people to a Facebook event, is you can have multiple Facebook events and they're all private, so people don't know that they missed out on one. You're going to get a better response if you invite, maybe you have 200 people you'd like to invite, but if you did like 7 or 8 parties with only 20 to 30 people, you're going to have a better response than having one big party with 200. And so that's just some advice and things that we've learned the hard way. Is there any other tips that you guys have that you feel like we left out, maybe? Any of you who've done several events?
I have a question, Michelle. Have you noticed better engagement with, you mentioned doing like a 30-minute, back to back versus spread out over a long period of time? Do you notice engagement's better one way or the other?
Yeah. When we first started doing Facebook events, we only did like hour or 30-minute events. And so people felt more, I think they were more prompted to like be there at that certain time. And we've kind of gotten away from that just because we feel like some people think, well, if I can't be there at 8:30, then I'm just going to not check it out. And so we kind of moved away from that to the longer all day events. And we said, it's come and go, come check it out. But I kind of feel like getting back and trying some shorter events would be worth it again, because it really kind of, if you think it's a time when people are going to be home and their kids are already in bed, we would do like 8:30 or 9 p.m. And so people would kind of be free, and we just ask, only for 30 minutes of their time. And we found that people were responding to the posts and commenting a lot more, I think.
Yeah.
Than the all-day ones. Yeah. Good question. Anyone else? Okay. Well, thank you guys for being on the call. I hope that this is encouraging for you to try events and to use events and to host events, because they really are an integral piece of the puzzle. And this business is a multifaceted business. And so, the neat thing is it's not just the daily grind where you can only grow your business one way. There's a lot of different approaches, and you really need to give it the due diligence to try a lot of different things in order to find out what works and what you enjoy, because it's all about having fun and helping a lot of people, and events are a great way to do that. So hope you guys have a good night. And if you are a sales coordinator or a leader on our leader chat, we want you guys to stay on, and we're going to have our leader call next. Have a good night. Bye, guys.
Bye, Michelle. Thanks.